Hey everybody, and welcome to another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at a Sabine Wren figure I picked up at Walmart for $5. And we're going to start by taking a look at the overall packaging that the figure comes in. The Hasbro logo is in the bottom right corner, and then there's also a picture of Sabine Wren as well as the Star Wars logo. Taking a look at the side of the box, you can see that this is part of Hasbro's Epic Heroes series 4-inch figures. And then as we take the box and spin it around to the back, we get another good look at the figure itself. And Sabine looks like she's going to come with a pretty good variety of accessories that include a lightsaber, jetpack, and even an energy shield. But now that we have our figure outside of the box, let's go ahead and take a little bit of a closer look at the overall sculpt and design of the figure as a whole. And we're going to start by taking a look at the top half of the figure, and overall I'm really impressed with the printed quality of this figure. Sabine's left shoulder pad is this really nice blue color, and as we take a look at the back of the figure, you can see there is a hole where we're supposed to put the jetpack. And on her right shoulder pad, you can see the Rebel logo, and it's really sharp and detailed, as well as the detail on the chest and helmet of the armor too. It just looks really great overall in my opinion. And you can see that Sabine is also rocking some silver wrist gauntlets that have some holes in them as well for her other accessories. And then you can see she has a belt wrapped around her waist that has some pretty good molded detail on it. Taking a look at the lower half of the figure, you can also see that there's some relatively good detail on the armor here as well. But besides the armor found at the front of the legs, there's really no other printed detail on this part of the figure. But if you look towards the upper part of the legs near the hips, you can see that there are some molded blasters found on the side of the character. This isn't necessarily my favorite design choice, but it is what it is. Now, as far as the articulation of the figure, it is rather limited. You can see that Sabine's head is on a ball joint, so you can rotate it side to side. The helmet cannot be removed, and the rangefinder doesn't have any articulation. There is some pretty good range of motion in the shoulder. You're able to raise her arm up and down, but there is no articulation in the elbow or wrist. And as you can see, the leg can be raised up and down, but there is no articulation in the knee or ankle of the figure either. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the accessories, starting with the lightsaber. This is a pretty standard action figured scale lightsaber, but I do feel like there is some pretty good molded detail on the hilt of the saber. And overall, I feel like this is a rather neat inclusion to the figure. Sabine also comes with this wrist guard as an accessory that has a switch on the front of it. When you flip it up, an energy blade will come out. And then when you push it down, the blade retracts. Now we're going to be taking a look at the shield, which actually has a really cool feature. It can be expanded from the parts on the back of it. You are able to push them back in, and I'm going to go ahead and flip it over just so you can get a good look at the back as well, just to give you a little bit of a better idea of how this piece works. And the last accessory we're going to be taking a look at is the jetpack, which has some really nice printed detail on the front of it. And then taking a look at the back of the jetpack, you can see there's a little bit of molded detail on there too. And here's one final look at what Sabine looks like when she has all of her accessories equipped to her. And for $5, I do feel like that this is a pretty respectable figure, and I do think it could be worth that price. Be sure to let me know what you think of this figure down in the comments below, and like and subscribe for more reviews like this in the future.